Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope things are going good for you. It's cold here for me, so I hope you guys are in your blankets or your pajamas being nice and warm. But, anyways, whenever you guys decide to watch this video, I have to talk to you today about a subject that should be important for us because without this, right, we don't have the energy to be able to do what we want to do. So let me share my screen with you and let me turn it around. Let me see what happened here. Let me see. Hold on a second, please. Please. Okay, I need to share my entire screen. Share. All right, so hopefully you guys are seeing this now. Okay, I have here it says food is our fuel, good nutrition for high performance. Okay, we got to understand that our body is like a machine. Okay, there's a lot of machines in the world, but our body works and our body and brain together work like a very well oiled, very finely tuned running machine. Okay, and I want to talk a little bit about the similarities between our body and a machine so you guys understand why I'm saying our body is a machine. Okay, let's see. Here's a car, right? A very fast car. This is a race car, a performance car. Okay. For this car to do its job right, it has a machine in it, which is an engine. Okay. That engine has to use what they call fuel or gas to be able to perform its best, to be able to do what it's designed to do and how it's designed to do it. Okay. Without that fuel, without that gas, this car would just look good sitting there, but it wouldn't be able to do the job it was designed to do. Okay. And it's a machine that has an engine in it. Okay, let's see what else I got here. I got here a steam train. Okay. Way back in the days, trains used to run on steam, right? They used to boil water and used to use the energy that the water produced, right? The steam that the energy that the steam produced to move the train along. It had its own engine, right? And that big piece in the front that's green right there was the steam engine on this train. Okay. So a train had an engine just like we have an engine. It's a machine that without its fuel, which its fuel was the steam, right? Wouldn't be able to go nowhere. It would just sit there and wouldn't be able to do what it was designed to do, be able to pull all those other cars and get people where they wanted to go. Let's see what else I got here. It's a washer and dryer, right? You guys have seen these before. Washer and dryers are machines also, okay? They need fuel to be able to run as well. Their fuel is a little different. They use electricity or gas to be able to do their job, okay? And be able to wash our clothes and dry our clothes so we can use them again. Without that fuel, without that electricity, they'd just be two big old hunks of metal, okay? They wouldn't be able to do anything that we needed them to do. See what else is coming up. The very important cell phone, okay? All of our lifeline. Our cell phone is a machine, believe it or not, okay? And it has a lot of running parts in it, but all those parts require fuel, okay? And guess what the fuel on a cell phone is? It is a battery, right? The battery is what supplies the energy for that cell phone to be able to do what we need it to do. And without that battery or without the battery being charged, the cell phone is just a couple pieces of glass with a bunch of junk inside of it, right? But because it has its fuel, it can do the job we need it to do. Let's see what other machines are out there. Ooh, look at this. Mr. Gomez says the human body was a machine, right? This is a picture of the human body if it really was a machine. It would need all those little pieces to be able to work and function. But our body really is a machine, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's see. I'm going to try to prove it to you, okay? We can think of our body as a machine. our brain is a computer that sends and receives information to all parts of our body, okay? Our brain is up here in our head, and it's like the central computer. Even a computer has a smaller computer inside of it, okay? And our brain is the one that sends and receives all the signals from our fingertips, right? Where we touch things and we get the touch senses, right? We could be able to feel if something's hot or something's cold, if something is smooth or if something's rough, okay? Our brain has to take that information in. Our brain takes in information from our mouths to figure out if something tastes good or not good, if it's sweet, if it's sour, if it's bitter, okay? Our brain takes in information from our eyes to be able to see and process light and dark, right? Objects that are blurry, it makes it sharper, okay? And from our hearing, our brain takes in information. So all that information goes into our brain, and then it sends out information to our arms to be able to move our hands, to be able to shake somebody's hand, to be able to walk, to be able to do all that information. Our brain is the computer that handles all that for us, okay? Our heart is the oil pump, and it keeps the rest of our parts moving. Our heart pumps its blood throughout our body, okay? And that's just like an oil pump in a machine or in a car engine. Our lungs filter out the bad air, right? That we breathe in. We breathe in good air, right? And then it filters out all the oxygen to send to our body, and then it breathes out the bad air, okay? And our stomach is the fuel tank that holds the fuel our body needs. Let's see if I can really prove this to you, okay? Let's see. Here's a picture of our stomach. And it holds the fuel just like a gas tank holds gas for a car, okay? When we eat food, it goes into our stomach, and our stomach starts to break it down and starts to send the nutrients, right, to the parts of the body that we need. And for it to do that, it has some stuff in there called enzymes, and that kind of breaks down our food, right? But it's our fuel tank, and it's what holds our gas for us or our fuel until we need to use it to be able to do things that we want to do, like run around or walk or jump, okay? All that is fuel that's held in our stomach. Our lungs are filters, okay? Our lungs take in all the air that we could breathe in, right, and breathe out. When we take in air, our lungs take the oxygen from that air, and it takes it out of that air and puts it into our bodies through all these little tiny filters, okay? And it pumps all that oxygen into our blood, and that oxygen is used by our muscles to be able to move our muscles back and forth, okay? So without the filter, without the air coming in, we wouldn't be able to move our arms or our legs or do any of that stuff. So it's important that we take care of our lungs, which are our filters. See, here's our brain as a computer, okay? Like I said, it's receiving and sending out all that information. It's what keeps us safe, right? It's what tells us something is scary. It's what tells us something is safe. And guess what? It can also solve problems and reason, right? So even though your brain is full of commands and taking care of your body and making sure that your body has the energy to move and do everything it needs to do, it's also the one that takes care of the addition in our classroom or the subtraction in our classroom. It's the one that helps us take care of talking with somebody. So our brain is a very, very complicated and probably the fastest computer on the planet. Okay, it processes more information than anything else. Here's our heart as the pump. Okay, our heart is taking that oxygen that's in our blood, and it pumps it to all the different areas of our body. It sends it to our to our fingers, our toes, our legs, our arms, our neck, every place that needs oxygen to be able to move. Okay, our body wouldn't be able to move without the oxygen. And then once our arm has used the oxygen, right, our arm sends that blood that has already used its oxygen back through the heart, and the heart pumps it through the lungs, and the lungs put more brand new oxygen into it. Okay, so we need all of these parts of our machine to be able to, for our body to be able to work its best. Okay, we need our brain as the computer. We need our heart as the pump. We need our lungs as the filter. We need our stomach as the gas tank. Okay, and so all of these parts help make sure that our body performs what we need it to do. Okay, and that's our body and our brain. Let's see. Our food is our fuel for our body, right? And right here I have a bunch of food that goes into what looks like a gas hose, okay, like the hose that you would fill up your mom or dad's car with. Okay, so we use this food to fuel our bodies. To Without the proper fuel, our bodies and brains would slow down and would eventually stop, right? Just like a car, when it runs out of fuel, it's going to stop because it don't have energy to be able to go anymore. Our body needs energy and needs fuel to be able to go as well. Okay, and making healthy food choices is the best way for our bodies to perform at their maximum potential. Okay, and let's see what that is. Right here I have something that's from a website called choosemyplate.gov. Okay, and it's the recommendations on what a normal person of your age should be eating on a daily basis. Okay, and on this plate you see some sections, and each section is broken up into a different color, and it represents a different percent of what you should be eating. We have fruits and vegetables, grains, proteins, and dairies. Okay, so the recommendation by our government, right, says that somebody your age should be eating 2 cups of fruit a day, right? And a cup of fruit might be like a serving. So 2 servings of fruits, like a banana and an orange, or a banana and an apple. Okay, 3 cups of vegetables. So you should be eating a little more vegetables than you are fruits. Okay, 6 ounces of grains. So I know you guys don't really do ounces and weigh out your food. Okay, but 8 ounces is a cup, so a little less than a cup of grains. So maybe like a bowl of cereal would be enough grains for you for the day. Okay, 5 ounces of protein. So protein is something that you don't need a lot of, but you do need some. Okay, and 3 cups of dairy. And let's figure out what all this stuff really is and why our body really needs it. Let's talk about that. Okay, so here are a picture of a bunch of fruits, oranges, melons, bananas, apples, grapes, everything, all the good stuff, right? All the stuff that we like, mangoes, everything. Okay, so the fruits should be about 20% of our diet. Okay, and we don't need to eat a whole lot of them, but we do need to eat some because they help provide our bodies with vitamins and minerals, and they're the easiest, healthiest snack items, right? Instead of going and getting an ice cream or some candy, fruits are probably the best snack item that you can get. Let me see what else is here. Vegetables. Vegetables should be about 30% of our diet. Here are a bunch of different vegetables, right? Carrots and squash and chilies and broccoli and kale and lettuce and onions and all that stuff. Okay, we need to include vegetables in our daily diet because they give us a lot more minerals and vitamins than anything else. Okay, so fruits do give us some vitamins and minerals, but here's the big one, right? Vegetables give us the most. They help our digestive system stay healthy, right? So you don't end up with, your stomach feeling bad, or having to miss school because your stomach is just messed up that day. Okay, and guess what? They help lower the risk of a lot of diseases and things like cancer. So if you're eating enough fruits and vegetables, especially vegetables, they're going to help you make sure that you're staying healthy in the long run. Okay, and make sure that you get to be able to grow up very, very old, okay, and enjoy life. Here's proteins and pictures of common proteins that we eat on a normal basis, like chicken and meat and fish and nuts and beans and eggs and milk and that kind of stuff. Okay, so there's a lot of different kind of proteins, and proteins should be about 20% of our daily diet. Proteins are the building blocks for our body because they help build all the muscles and all the tissues. They help build the bones and grow our hair in our body. Okay, so we need protein just to be able to grow up big and strong. And most of you guys are still growing right now, so protein is a good choice for you. Okay, they're what keeps us strong. They're what keeps us growing. So make sure that you're eating your proteins on a daily basis. Here are something a lot of us don't really think about, but grains. Okay, grains are things like breads. I'm sorry, and rice and pasta. Okay, and there's a lot of different ones. Cereals. Okay, and a lot of us eat grains through our cereal in the morning or through bread, and it should be about 30% of your daily diet. Okay, it comes from the good thing about grains is it has fiber and it has minerals and vitamins and a bunch of other nutrients that our bodies need to be able to be successful and to be able to give their best. Okay, they also lower the risk of many health problems. Okay, and help lower the risk of a lot of diseases too. So grains are really important for our bodies to take in and for us to make sure that we're including in our regular diet. Okay, let's see what else is there. Dairy. Okay, so this one is probably the one that's the easiest to be able to know what it is, right? Dairy is milk and eggs and cheese, butter, yogurt, that kind of stuff, right? And we should have about 3 cups of dairy every day. So if you're having a cup of milk in the morning with your cereal, and then you have some milk in the afternoon and maybe some cheese, right? You might be good on your dairy every day. Our bodies need dairy because they provide us with a lot of protein, right? So we get protein from meats, but we also get protein from dairy stuff, okay? And guess what? Here's one of the most important parts. They give us calcium, and calcium is what helps our bones grow and our bones stay strong, okay? If you don't get a lot of calcium, then when you get old, your bones start to deteriorate and start to become really weak and they break and they don't heal very good. Okay, so you guys need to make sure you're getting your calcium in. And a lot of us are like lactose intolerant, right? So it's not easy for us to drink regular milk. So you have to find some kind of milk that you can drink uh, and make sure your body is good with it. But you can get eggs or you could get butter, cheese. Just get your dairy in no matter what you're how you're getting it in, right? Just making sure that you're getting it in. And believe it or not, they give us vitamins and minerals that a lot of other foods don't give us. Okay, so dairy is very important. We got to make sure that we get it in. And I tell you all this, you guys, because we are using our bodies on a daily basis, right? To do everything that we need to do to go shopping, to walk around, to play with our little brothers and sisters. But guess what? Our brains also need all of this food to be able to do what we expect our brains to do, right? And if we're expecting our brains to be able to focus on school and do well in school and make sure we're solving the problems that we need to solve in our math class or in our spelling, right? We got to feed our brains the fuel it needs. And it part of that is making sure our bodies get that same fuel, making sure our brain gets that same fuel. Okay, so that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you're staying healthy. I hope you're staying happy. If you need anything, call us here at the school. Okay, but that's it. Have a good day. Have a good rest of your evening, you guys. We'll see you later.